Uh-oh. Look at this, you guys. Welcome to Sonoran Living Live. I am Terry O. Susan has the day off, and look what she's missing.
Unfortunately.
This is
fantastic?
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what is happening here? Did you mean to do that?
It was totally an accident. Yes, I totally meant to do this.
Because I do that all the time, and I don't mean to do that.
Right. Well, Miss Terry, never apologize in the kitchen. It is you gotta
It's all
own
good.
the kitchen. Yes.
That's what I say about crafting, Matthew.
There you go.
Okay, well, you know what? It is Thanksgiving. It's getting closer and closer and closer. So you know what? We thought we'd just bring on, well, he calls himself the Southwestern Young Gun. Well, actually, somebody gave you that title recently.
Yes.
Chef Matthew Grunwald. How did you get that title?
So I teach cooking classes at West Star and Sub-Zero Wolf.
Yeah.
And Phoenix Home and Garden paired up with Sub-Zero and did a Young Gun event where I had to cook for 300 people by myself. So it was quite a challenge, but I really embraced the title, and I'm like, I'm the Southwestern Young Gun.
Bang, bang.
There you go.
Cool. All right, let's bring it on. All right,
right,
okay,
cool.
so what are you going to show us how to cook this morning?
So what you
First.
saw on fire was dried cherries. I think they're so fantastic. I saved you one to try. They're chewy. They're like candy, but they're quite healthy. Isn't that good?
A little sweet, not too sweet.
Right. A little bit of Caro syrup, and then also some brandy that I went ahead and lit on fire because it has such a high alcohol percentage.
That's the only thing that's in there right now.
Super simple, and that's all that's going to go in there.
Okay, brandy, Caro syrup, and dried cherries.
Yeah, so make sure that when you light it on fire, it's not underneath like your microwave, because we don't want any any
That's
fires.
a really good tip.
Yes. Pro chef tip, don't light your house on fire.
That's a really good tip. Okay, so what is it that you're making for us?
So next...
But I mean, what is it that we're really making?
Oh, we're making
What
a
is
pie.
this?
You're like,
Thank you.
come on, Matt, I'm fishing here.
No, I'm trying to ask.
We're making a pie today. We're doing some Asian pears, brandied cherries. We have white chocolate cookie crumbles and homemade pie dough.
Okay, we better get busy.
Yes.
You got a lot to do. You have a lot to do.
So-
but I know you can pull it off.
Love to me is homemade, and store-bought pie dough is fine, but the 3-2-1 method of 3 parts flour, 2 parts butter, and 1 part water, salt, and a little bit of sugar makes for the perfect pie dough.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
quite simply. Rolling that out to 1/8 of an inch thick. I have Asian pears. In my recipe online, I did put peaches, but I wrote that recipe 3 months ago, and
when
peaches
peaches
are
were
no
in?
longer. Yes,
Okay.
when peaches were in season,
And
so I
pears
decided
are awesome right now.
to use, and I'm actually using the Asian pear.
Why? Is there a difference in what kind of pear you use?
Yes, the color, this really screams fall to me, and the moisture content actually holds up to the intense heat that we're going to be baking this in the oven at.
So it has nothing to do with taste.
No.
Okay.
But it does taste good, Miss Terry.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. I have no doubt in my mind. So you have a couple of pears in there.
Yes.
Sliced them up, Asian pears, and what are you doing now?
A little bit of cinnamon, shaking that, and I'm not even going to cook these because I like that crunch. I like that structure, and I like to actually be able to, okay,
not
that
gonna
was a
cook
pear.
those?
Well, when it's in the oven, they will
gotcha.
soften quite a little bit, but no, not going to cook them in a pan. A little bit of cloves, I think those are so fantastic. And then honey. I love to bake.
It actually smells like fall right now,
Doesn't it?
just between the cinnamon and the cloves.
Well, when I got here to the studio, I put bacon on right away to kind of set the tone, because everybody's walking in and they're like, it smells so good. It's the
does.
bacon, it's the bacon, it's the bacon.
I love how you don't measure anything. That's awesome.
That's the
All by
fun of
look and
cooking.
touch and feel.
Yes, and that's the thing is, if a recipe says 10 minutes and it looks like it's browning up in 8, go with your heart. Cook
Yeah.
with your heart, cook with your hands, cook with your eyes, cook with your ears.
Good. That's another good tip.
So
Move some
also
of this out of the way
a little
here.
bit of salt. We like salt and a little bit of savory aspect to our sweetness. Pile this straight up into the center.
And there's no rhyme or reason here. Doesn't
No.
have to be perfect. And I think, you know what?
Right.
Everybody's thinking, oh, it's all got to be perfect. It doesn't have to be.
No way. This is not like, we're not like 3 Michelin star here. This is rustic home cooking. This is love right here.
This
Very
is love.
simply, going to fold up the sides of the pie dough, crimping it. We're going to hit this with a little egg wash, put this on a baking sheet. Use the underside of the baking sheet where there's no ridges, because when you slide it off, it's going to make it easier to transfer it to your serving dish. Miss Terry, that's it. We're going to take our cherries. Bada bing.
So you put those in before you bake it?
Yes, and this
Okay.
is going to lacquer. This is going to caramelize and coat the pastry, and it's going to drip down the sides, and
Oh,
it's just going to be fantastic. Yes.
And is this the finished
That is the
dish right
finish.
here?
And as
Okay.
you can see, I brought 3 swap outs so that we can all chow down a little later.
Ah, that's why we love you.
There you go,
That's
yeah.
why we love you. What are you making in the next segment?
We're doing a grilled au jus ribeye sandwich with cheese and bacon.
Today is my lucky
Today is a good day.
I
Today
get
is a
you
good-
all to myself
Right?
this morning. Sorry, Susan.
We'll send you a package in the mail. You'll get like the pie. You'll be like, it's a
I was
little
going to
old.
say we'd keep leftovers, but there won't be any.